Welcome to Longleaf Pine Preserve, nestled in the heart of Volusia County between DeLand and New Smyrna Beach. Longleaf Pine Preserve boasts an array of native plant species, wild animals, and winding trails. Get ready to unleash your inner explorer as we journey through 12,000 acres of this natural playground.
Over 150 years ago, longleaf pine trees covered more than 60 million acres from Virginia down into Florida and along the Gulf Coast. Early settlers to Volusia County discovered that these longleaf pines could be used for a variety of resources, including lumber and turpentine. It could take 2 to 3 days to fell one of these 120-foot-tall trees. Felled logs would then be cut, dried, and sold as lumber to create railroad ties, ship masts, and heart of pine flooring. Sap from longleaf pine trees was harvested and distilled into turpentine. Workers would cut V-shaped notches into the side of trees and collect that sap as it flowed from the cuts. These cuts were called cat faces because those V-shaped notches resembled cat whiskers. With the arrival of early settlers, slowly these longleaf pine forests disappeared. But today you can visit Longleaf Pine Preserve and take a step back in time and experience what those vast longleaf pine forests might have been like.
It is no secret Longleaf Pine Preserve was named for its abundance of towering pines, but there are many other seedlings sprouting up around here. Trey joins us now to tell us more.
When hiking out here at Longleaf Pine Preserve, you may come across numerous different types of communities, from flatwoods, wetlands, and even scrub habitat. These diverse communities are really important for the ecosystem. One of my favorite plants in this ecosystem is the tar flower. And this plant has a bright white flower that only blooms in kind of late springtime. And it has a really cool adaptation to where it has this sticky substance on the flower that not only kind of deters organisms from eating it, but it also will stick insects to it. And as these insects build up, the flower falls off. But what's really cool about that is it's said to be fertilizing itself. So these insects will come in, get stuck on the flower, and as they build up, they'll fall off and they fertilize underneath it. Some consider it somewhat carnivorous, but it's really just fertilizing its soil right underneath it so it can grow better in the future.
Longleaf Pine Preserve holds countless surprises in every direction. Come along as we meet up with Tracy at an interesting body of water created by a delightful coincidence.
The rectangular body of water behind me is called a borrow pit. In the late 1960s, a large hole was dug and the fill was used to complete I-4 right here in Volusia County. As a result, this beautiful 20-acre artificial body of water was created. The vegetation that has grown around it is mainly a mixture of cattails and torpedo grass, along with some other native plants. There's a group campsite here with a pavilion and grill. Fishing is permitted, and rumor has it you could possibly pull in a red-eared sunfish, a bluegill, and maybe a largemouth bass. No swimming though. It appears the alligators here do not like to share their swimming hole. If you are up to the 6.8-mile loop of the Red Trail, you will be rewarded with this little gem about 3 or 3.5 miles in. As you can see, the passive recreational activities here at Longleaf Pine Preserve are endless. After you've hiked the Red Trail and caught yourself a 25-pound largemouth bass, you could try off-road biking, horseback riding, or maybe even some primitive camping.
I'm so glad that we finally got out here to Longleaf Pine Preserve and were able to give you the scoop on the borrow pit. I hope this video inspires you to go out and explore some of the many beautiful places that Volusia County has to offer. I'm Lisa.
I'm Trey.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Heather, and this is Volusia Today.
Subscribe!